regular show. One of, if not the best shows produced by Cartoon Network. And today I want to talk about the two main characters, Mordecai and Rigby. Specifically how I think Mordecai is the worst friend out of the two and became their worst character. So let's get into it. Now I just want to say Rigby was always and will forever be my favorite character out of the two. But I will admit, in the earlier seasons, he was kind of annoying. I mean, he was constantly putting in work on Mordecai and being lazy at the park. And there was that one time where he traded his own and his friend's soul for a bowling ball. I mean, luckily they won because if not, they all would have died. But at least Rigby had some character development in the later seasons, while Mordecai just kind of stayed the same. I mean, Mordecai was always making fun of Rigby, bullying him. I mean, everybody, including Mordecai, was already making fun of the fact that they all had high school diplomas and Rigby didn't. And on top of that, Mordecai was always just punching him and physically abusing him. I mean, just look at Mordecai. Look at how happy he is because he's beating the shit out of his best friend, knowing that he's physically stronger than him. Now, neither of them wanted to see each other succeed for two different reasons. One that's more justifiable than the other. Rigby sabotaged Mordecai's letter to college, so he wasn't able to go. But he just felt like that he will lose his best friend since he's going away. I mean, it's pretty understandable, but still doesn't make it right. While Mordecai, on the other hand, he was mad at Rigby because Rigby was going back to high school, bettering his life, and finally getting his high school diploma, which they were making fun of him for. And he felt like, Mordecai always felt like he was better than Rigby, so he didn't want to see him succeed because he felt like Rigby was becoming better than him. I mean, what type of bullshit is that? Besides sabotaging his letter to college, I always felt like Rigby was a better friend than Mordecai. I mean, Rigby was always covering for Mordecai while he went to go hang out with CJ with the park and just covering doing his work and doing double assignments. And while he went to go hang out with CJ, the same girl that he cheated on with his ex with, and then proceeded to break up with her at Muscle Band's wedding in front of everyone. Which leads me to my next point. Rigby was always a better boyfriend than Mordecai too. He always had it down for Marlene, which they ended up having a family together. So he was just a better boyfriend and had the better personality, I guess. Oh, and lastly, let's not forget, this nigga Mordecai dead ass killed his best friend over a bitch that didn't even want him at the time. But somehow in the end, they still remain best friends. So those are just my reasons why I think Mordecai was the worst friend and why I always like Rigby. So if you haven't watched a regular show, you want the full story, go watch The Hill. Pretty good show. One of my favorites personally. I'm just a bitch.